Hey guys, welcome back to Likewise Pod. It's me, Issa, and I'm bringing you a mini today. I listened to Sam's mini last week and it was so good. And I loved her topic of people pleasing, and it's something that I heavily identify with. And today my topic is overthinking. As I'm sure you could tell by the title of the episode. And yeah, but before we get started, obviously I'm gonna tell you my bevo of the day. Well, of right now. I'm drinking Trader Joe's organic. Apparently it's organic. I don't know. Trader Joe's sparkling elderberry pomegranate apple cider vinegar beverage, and I love it so much. It is how I get my apple cider vinegar fix of the day. But I also have apple cider vinegar gummies, but I'm not taking those today since I have my bev. Anyways, yum, love it. I say try it. But yeah, so I was like, I have no idea what I'm gonna talk about, and honesty hour, it's Saturday, it's 10:33 in the morning, 10:34 in the morning, and I'm recording my mini now, and it should have already been up, so that's my bad. Sorry, guys. But seriously, I just, overthink. But I wholeheartedly believe that the Notes app is for overthinkers. At least that's what I mostly use my Notes app for, is when I overthink. Like, I don't know, it's my go-to for whenever I'm having like my anxious thoughts and things that I need to make sure, I'm like, am I really thinking this? Or I need to like remember, and like grocery lists, obviously, or just like random ideas like for the book, or random ideas for the pod, or random ideas for like anything else going on. And then like I'll write it down, and then I'll like forget about it, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I had this great idea, but I can't remember it, or I have no idea where I put it in here. And then I start the process all over again and start overthinking. Yeah. So I was kind of thinking that maybe I could make this episode, like when I was still like thinking about ideas for it, I was like, oh, maybe I'll call it like love letters that I never sent. And I was like, oh shoot, that sounds too much like emails I can't send by Sabrina Carpenter. But I love. And then it also reminded me of like to all the boys I've loved before, because those are love letters that she never sent, but then Kitty did. So, anyways, awkward. Sorry, spoiler. um, but yeah, I don't know, like that. That's where like my heart and soul really is. I feel like is in my notes app, because like that's where I write down. I mean, I know that I've shared on my socials a few times and stuff, but like every year, like on my like baby sister's birthday, um, Reagan, and like, sorry, this is gonna be a downer, so if you don't like downer stories, skip a few minutes, or like a few seconds anyways. So Reagan, my mom was pregnant in 2010, and then she lost the baby a month before she was due. So July 1st, 2010, rough day. So like I write a love letter to her every year, and it's like very therapeutic for me. And then also like my childhood, like my only boyfriend that I've had when I was 12, like he died in 2019, the day before my birthday, and so like I write a love letter to him every year too. And so I don't know, like, and also to my poppy, who my dad's dad, who died in 2018 while I was at college. And so, there are love letters all around, and like some of them I share, some of them I don't. And yeah, so those are love letters that I never sent, or love letters that I wish I could send, or love letters that you'll never receive, or like, just whatever. And I think it's like such a special place, and it's like the Notes app truly is our oyster, at least for an overthinker like me. That's where I put down all my thoughts, all my feelings. It's my diary, it's my journal, and it is so chaotic, but what is a girl's Notes app if not chaotic? Like, that is peak girlhood, I feel like. And yeah, so I don't know, I just think it's so fun, and like this is also like the pod is also a really good way for me to get my thoughts and feelings out. And it's like I don't know, it's like another version of a diary for me. But like I wish, well, I know that I can do whatever I want, but not everyone wants to hear like all my woes and stuff, and like be like, oh my gosh, Issa, like, wow, I can't believe that's crazy. You're like, wow, I never thought that about you. I'm like, that's not what this is for. Like, this is supposed to be like lighthearted and fun and good, but we also have to remember that, like, life is life, and life sucks sometimes. So, yeah, maybe there will be some deeper episodes, but I don't know, I feel like that's just, like, I don't know, I feel like that's more of, like, mini stuff than me and Sam talking about. But I don't know the future. So, and I don't try to pretend like I do know the future. I don't know, so we'll see. Maybe we will have, like, a love letter monthly theme or something. I don't know. That could be fun. That could be scary, but it could be fun. My words of mouth really coming out right now. Like, let's talk about love letters we can't send. Or we never send, or whatever. But, yeah. Some inspo quotes that, well, inspo, lol. I was like, what am I gonna talk about with overthinking? Like, and I was overthinking it, and, I really don't have that many notes, and so I'm, like, nervous that this isn't gonna go well, but it's fine. And so, some quotes I found on Pinterest, just, like, scrolling real quick for this, is like, overthinking is a sign you're trying too hard to control the uncontrollable. Learn to differentiate between what you can influence and what you must accept. And I was like, wow, that hits hard, because I feel like I am, like, the epitome of the oldest child syndrome. Like, I don't know, I need to be in control. I need to have everything in my hands and ready to go, because, like, I don't know, just, like, growing up with two younger siblings and always feeling the need to, like, protect them and, like, need to, like, show them, like, how to live life, right? It's so hard. And, like, the only thing you can trust in this life is yourself, because, like, situations change, people change, everything changes. Life is rough like that. Everything changes, and so the only thing you can control is, like, how you react to things. And so that has never been my strong suit, because, like, in trying to protect my brother and sister, I, like, did a lot of harm, right? Because I'm trying to keep them the same, trying to keep myself the same, trying to keep, like, our family the same, when it's not supposed to be, because that's not what the situation calls for. And obviously, like, I'm not saying I'm the worst big sister there ever was, but I'm definitely not saying I was the best, and not saying that I am the best, but I am saying that, like, I've grown from it. But I still overthink. I still want to keep all the control in my hands, and it's hard letting go of that control. And whether you believe in God, or just, like, the universe, or just yourself, or, like, whatever it is, and, like, it's no secret, I believe in God. I love Jesus. But, and so, that's, like, been a really big struggle for me, is letting go of my control and, like, giving that to God and being in surrender of that. Okay, like, this sounds so crazy. Like, if you're not, like, religious, or feel like you don't have, like, okay, also, I've always found, like, the term, like, being religious, like, I've always, like, felt kind of icky about that. Like, people will be like, oh, are you religious? I'm like, yes. And, like, not, like, embarrassed, but just, like, ugh, I don't like that word. And so I like saying, no, I like saying that I have a relationship with God, or I have a relationship with Jesus, or I love Jesus, or I love God, or, like, I have faith, or something, you know? I don't know, I just feel like religion has kind of a negative connotation these days, and, like, religion is tainted by the world, because religion turns into just, like, doing things and going through the motions, and, like, doing things because something says so, or because someone says so, versus relationship, you do things because you're in relationship with someone, and you want to, like, be in right relationship with them, and so you want to do things for them because you love them, and because they love you, not just because, oh, that's what I do, I'm gonna go through it, you know? So, anyways, that's my little soapbox. But anyway, sorry, back to control. I, like, in overthinking everything, I'm, like, so anxious about stuff, and, like, I tell people, I'm, like, and they're like, oh my gosh, Issa, like, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm fine. And they're like, are you stressed about this? I'm like, bro, I'm always stressed. Like, this is nothing new. Like, I feel like a walking ball of stress. Like, I don't know what it's like to not be under pressure. And so that's just, like, my norm. And people are like, okay. I don't know what to do with that. And I don't know, I feel like people wouldn't necessarily assume that about me, but I think because that's my norm, like that's just what I know is stress and anxious and overthinking and like all these things. And so like that's just how I operate. I feel like I'm always in like fight, like not like physically, like my body, like the adrenaline and stuff, feel like it, but I don't know, my brain just feels like it's always in like fight or flight. But my fight or flight response is freeze, and so I don't know. It's so funny. Anyways, sorry, this has like gone a long way, and I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But control. Overthinking is a sign you're trying too hard to control the uncontrollable. Yeah, I always try to control the uncontrollable, and it's so hard not to. And then, yeah, so since I believe in God, since I have a relationship with God, that has been something that has been so hard in all my 24, almost 25 years of life, is like letting go of control and like just letting God take the reins. Because, you know, I believe in God, so I believe that like He knows what's best for me. He's gonna like do His best for me, and like He only has my best interest at heart, right? So like if you don't believe in God, then honestly, power to you. Like that is like such a wild thought to me, because like growing up in the church and stuff, and I'm so grateful that I do believe in God, because if this was only up to me, I don't know how I would navigate life. So I'm like, honestly, I kind of use Him as my crutch. I'm like, well, God, if you don't say to do this, then I won't. And then I like try to listen to Him, not say anything. I don't know. Anyways. Sorry, not me just talking about Jesus. But anyways, yeah. And so it's, oh my gosh. Wow. Control. And like I've in the past few years, like my siblings and I, me and my siblings, like our relationship has changed so much, and like dynamic has changed so much. And like my brother, he's living in Arizona right now. He's been there for a couple years with a buddy of his, and my sister and I are in the house, like because I moved back home after college. And my sister, like she went back to school this year, or like starting college this year, and so she's about to move out into an apartment. And so I'm gonna be the only child at home. And like it's so crazy, because like in like Hispanic culture and like a lot of ethnic cultures, I feel like kids live at home until they're like married. Even when they have their own families, they still live at home, which is kind of funny to me. But you know, in America, it's like, oh my gosh, I need to get out. I need to have my own place. My parents are gonna kick me out. They don't want me there anymore. Like, I need to have my own space. And it's like people look down on those who still live at home. And it's like, why? Why do we do that? Like when other cultures literally have such like successful people. Because I don't know, I feel like in America we look at it as like, oh, you're not successful, or you're just a loser, or like whatever, if you still live at home with your parents when you're how old. And yeah, if you're living at home with your parents and not contributing to society, like then yeah, that's loser territory. But if you're actually doing stuff and like you're contributing to society, if you're like living a life and not just doing nothing and like mooching off your parents, okay, low-key I kind of mooch off my parents, but I contribute to society enough, I feel like, for it to be okay. But I don't know. And like I have had an experience of living away from home, and like actually being in an apartment, so having to take care of myself and like do those things. So like I know how to do things, guys. Stop calling me a loser. JK. Well, maybe you are. I don't know. You can do whatever you want, freedom of speech, and whatever other people say about me is none of my business. So anyways, so my siblings and I, like, our relationship dynamic has changed so much, and it's come from really learning more about like birth order, and just like learning more about our parents, and like learning more about our own personalities, and like how we best learn and how we best love and stuff. And like birth order has so much to do with like how you're raised and like the way you interpret the world and all these things. Like I'm firstborn, and so like the only people I saw in my life were my parents, and so like those were like like in our family life, right, were my parents. And so like I took on a role kind of like of like a pseudo parent, just because that's what I know. And then my brother saw me and our parents, and he's like, okay, well, like I have a sister, like I have an older sister, like I have a sibling, and so now I know how to like be an older sibling to someone else, but not be a parent, right? And then my sister, she's the youngest, and so she saw that, and then because she's the youngest, she's a baby, and so she's like, not coddled, but I don't know. I can't remember exactly like what the things are about like the middle and then the youngest and stuff, but the oldest I was like, oh my gosh, like that's so me, like because I only saw my parents and like that was my example growing up. I am trying to like protect. Like I have like protective instincts and kind of. I don't know. But like I try to protect my siblings and like I want to just keep them from the woes, keep them from the ugly parts of the world. And it's so hard because there's so many things that I can't control and like I just oh my gosh, I overthink to the max and everything just like it spirals. And so I think the reason I have like such big sleeping problems, like okay, fun fact, my whole family sleep issues, except for my mom. She falls asleep no problem. She wakes up no problem. But my brother, sister, and I, and my dad, like we have a really hard time going to sleep, and I can't remember a night recently, like in months, that I haven't woken up in the middle of the night, and it's so hard. And so my brother and sister, they probably have some sort of insomnia, and they both don't wake up great to alarms, so it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous for you guys. But anyways, I think a huge reason for my sleep issues is just that I have so many thoughts swirling around all the time and I can't stop them. And like it's just like, for example, today we recorded with a guest and I was super excited about that. And so last night I was like, oh my gosh, I have to wake up so early. Oh my gosh, I have to do this. Oh my gosh, I have to do that. But then I also read a book, finished a book, and so I was up till like 1 a.m. So that's my fault. But like just thinking about anything, like whenever there's an event or whenever there's like a parking situation I don't know, or whenever I have to like talk with my friends, or whenever like it's literally the most minuscule thing. Anytime I have anything the next day, I can't sleep because all the thoughts, all the what ifs, all the problems, the potential problems are going through my head, and it's so hard. And so like I do need to utilize my notes app more in the middle of the night because I feel like if I just get them down, then once they're down, and then I can stop thinking about them. But I've yet to actually do that. I just use my notes app during the day, so maybe that could help me. But yeah. And then okay, another one, so kind of going along with that, another quote that I found is like, worrying does not take away tomorrow's trouble, it takes away today's peace. And it's I really like that. And it reminds me of a Bible verse. Sorry guys, sorry to be so Christian on you today. But Matthew 6:34, it says like, therefore do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. So basically it's like the same thing, like worrying does not take away tomorrow's trouble, it takes away from today's peace. And so it's like, don't worry about the things that are to come, because one, you'll like just be worrying today, and like so you don't need to worry about the things of the future because today you already have enough going on. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, God, you're so right. But yeah, and so like that just I feel like goes very hand in hand with like control and like needing to like just have it all in my hands. But then I know that like when I feel the most peace is when I like let it all out, or like talk to people, or like talk to God and like just hash it out there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better, and like I know that I don't have to worry, and like I know that I'm living well, I'm living in like surrender, I'm living in submission, you know, like all these Christianese words. But truly, like that's when I feel like so at peace and just the most myself. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what it's like to not be anxious, or this is what it's like to not feel stressed, or this is what it's like to, I don't know, just wake up on the right side of the bed. Oh my gosh, literally, I don't remember a single day that I've ever woken up not feeling tired. But yeah, anyway, sorry, this was like such a long, this was a long talk of maybe nothing, but maybe it's something for someone, and if it's something for one person, then that's all I could ask. Honestly, it felt good for me. It was kind of therapeutic to just like get these thoughts out and like talk about it. So maybe that's all I needed. And if that's all that comes from this, that's okay with me. So thanks for listening. I'm so excited for next week. Sam mentioned that we talked with Tessa DeRico, author of No Coincidences, and we talked to her about her second book, Misconnections, coming out on November 19th, so just 3 days away from now. So her episode's coming out next week. and we talk all about misconnections. We talk all about like process and like all the things. It's so much fun. And if you haven't listened to Sam's episode, her mini from last week about people pleasing, oh my gosh, you need to. It's really good. It's so sweet, and like it's hers is more of like a how to, or like how to deal with it. Mine is like a let me talk about me. Clearly, I mean, if you listen this far. But yeah, I think that's all. Okay, also, guys, I love Shawn Mendes, and his album just came out. Shawn, it's so good. Go listen to that. Literally, New Music Friday this week was so good. Yeah, so if you have any recs, let me know, and I'll make sure to listen. But yeah, love you. You can follow us on Instagram at likewise_pod. Okay, yeah, love you. Bye.